Before Katy Perry became one of the biggest pop singers of all time, a worldwide superstar, she was known as Katy Hudson, and she was also a member of p.o.d. It's true.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Or is it? Today on Rock Feed, we're looking at rock myths, a new series. And if you have ideas of other rock myths you'd like me to take a look at, let me know in the comments down below. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking news and updates. Many people think Katy Perry got her start as a wide-eyed indie rocker on the Vans Warped Tour back in 2008. Her infectious hit single, I Kissed a Girl, quickly propelled her up the charts and made her a household name. In the years that followed, there would be sort of an arms race between her and Taylor Swift, and they hated the shit out of each other for a few years. Katy would unfortunately later have to concede defeat to Taylor, who played the long game and saw much bigger numbers than Katy did and still continued #1 success. Sadly, after this defeat, Katy Perry walked away from music forever and became a high-level staffer for Hillary Clinton's campaign. Okay, maybe that's not true at all, but still, Katy Perry puts out music, it's still good music, but people seem to have lost interest to some degree. But with all that aside, Katy Perry's journey did not begin in 2008. As a matter of fact, she spent years working and perfecting her craft before she became the global force that she remains today. Even though she's not putting up bigger numbers than Taylor Swift, second place is still a very good position to be in. Katy grew up living the American dream. She was singing in church and her father was a famed pastor. She then took a shot at a career in gospel music and signed to Red Hill Records. Her first album was called Katy Hudson under her own name and was released in 2001, but unfortunately wasn't successful. After her gospel career didn't work out, she then moved to Los Angeles and was able to link up with powerhouse producers like Max Martin, and then from there she was off to the races. Though it would still take many years for Katy Perry to become Katy Perry. And in between, she took a shot at working with one of the biggest rock bands at the time, p.o.d. Now, her time with the band would resurface in 2015 and make major headlines in the mainstream media. Did you know that Katy Perry was actually a secret member of p.o.d. way back in 2004? A September 2004 report in Blender called Katy Hudson the next big thing, some 4 years before she would actually connect with radio. So this brings us all the way to 2005. Rock music was still very strong and Total Request Live was still playing rock music on MTV. p.o.d. was prepping their 6th studio album, Testify, and was still a global force. And by the way, this is a very underrated p.o.d. album. Strongly suggest you check it out. Their lead single from this album was Goodbye For Now, one of my favorite p.o.d. songs ever. When the song came out, fans wondered who the unknown and uncredited female singer was at the end of the video singing vocals for the band. This wasn't just a one-off appearance for Katy either. She also performed on national television, seemingly as a member of p.o.d. Here she is performing with the band on Jay Leno, one of the highest rated television shows at the time. This led to a lot of confusion for fans of the band, given that she was prominently featured in the music video but also not named, which was sort of interesting. You typically don't take someone doing backup vocals and feature them center stage in that music video. Was this a label play to try to get her exposure with one of the hottest rock bands at the time? This led to an astounding number of major media headlines about Katy Perry being a member of p.o.d. back in 2015. So much so that the band p.o.d. had to respond. More on that in a moment. Here's an article from Rolling Stone at the time that says, Flashback, Katy Perry sings with Christian nu metal band p.o.d. For their part, p.o.d. took issue with numerous publications classifying her as a member of a band or even a backup singer, and at the time they released this statement to Rolling Stone and later published a video in response to it as well. I've got both. The band wrote, "This is revisionist history and disrespectful to our girl Katy, who was never a backup singer. We invited her to participate on our record, as she was and still is one of the few pop artists with strong musicianship roots. She paid her dues not as a backup singer, but in a van going town to town. This is the problem with music journalism today. Shabby reporting, no research, no history." And here's p.o.d. releasing a video further elaborating on their point.
Katy Perry thing is old news. She helped us out in the studio, female vocalist on our track, Goodbye For Now, produced by Glenn Ballard, and she was young, she was awesome before she went off to superstardom. But that's something we've always done. We've had amazing artists on every single one of our records.
So there you have it. I'm not going to say that this myth is entirely false because she was a backup singer for p.o.d. But to say she was a full-fledged member of p.o.d. is categorically false. So what do you think? Are there any other rock myths you'd like to see revisited? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking news and updates about your favorite bands. You can also join memberships, behind the scenes content, early access to many videos, and also you can be featured in Rock Feed videos. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all very soon.